Police in Olympia say the Olympia officer who shot 2 men this spring will not face criminal charges. The men he wounded, however, are being charged. The shooting has sparked protests in Olympia, and police say they're prepared for demonstrations tonight. South Bureau Chief Drew Mickelson live in Olympia, where the police chief just spoke about the decisions. Drew.
Lori, Olympia's police chief would not comment on the investigation. He would not comment on the charging decisions announced today. He says they're going to conduct their own investigation at this point. But he did say that shooting cases like the one they've been dealing with have been making for, quote, difficult times for police, not only here in Olympia, but across the country, accused of racism and bias. But the Thurston County prosecutor today said that there's no evidence to suggest race played any role in this case, and he believes this shooting was justified.
It started as a shoplifting, but quickly turned into an assault when a man threw a 12-pack of beer at an Olympia Safeway clerk.
23 shots fired.
23 shots fired.
A half hour later, it became an officer-involved shooting when Olympia police officer Ryan Donald shot and wounded 2 suspects, 21-year-old Bryson Chaplin and 23-year-old Andre Thompson, seen here in Facebook photos. Officer Donald told investigators when he tried to stop the suspects, they assaulted him by grabbing him, and as one of the men lifted his skateboard above his head and approached the officer, Donald says he feared for his life.
23, did they have a weapon? No, he was assaulting me with a skateboard. I tried to grab his friend. They're very aggressive, just so you know.
A police officer really cannot afford to lose that fight, to just put it bluntly.
Thurston County Prosecutor John Thunheim has decided not to charge Officer Donald, saying the officer acted in good faith and the evidence backed up his account of the shooting.
Officer Donald indicated that his primary fear was that his handgun could be taken away from him and used against him, and I find that that was reasonable under the circumstances.
Officer Donald's attorney says his client is elated that he won't be charged for acting in what he considered self-defense.
Because he was being held and dragged to the ground, and he was getting ready to get his head split with a skateboard. I mean, he was like this close to him.
A loud but brief protest late today following a statement from the Olympia police chief, who would not comment on the charging decision, but said the department will review the case to see if the officer followed department policy.
Other than that outburst late today here at City Hall, we have not seen any protests downtown. Word, of course, is just now spreading about the decisions that were announced today. Again, the officer will not be charged, but the 2 stepbrothers will face, actually, they've already been charged with assault, accused of attacking that officer. They will be in court later this month. The prosecutor made it clear that there's no evidence to suggest they were shot in the back, which is a claim their attorney made earlier this summer. That attorney and the family has not returned our requests for an interview tonight. Live in Olympia, Drew Mickelson, King 5 News.